How's it going, everyone? This is Chase, a Rocky Mountain ATV giving you a closer look at the Subverter Evo Helmet from LS2. All right, everyone, thank you for checking in. Today we're showing you the Subverter Evo Helmet from LS2. So this looks very familiar to the MX470, which we saw, the Subverter MX470 that we saw from LS2 for a while. So looks-wise, it's very similar, but there are some changes that we're going to go through and talk about. And a couple of the notable changes is their advanced rotational energy management system, which we're going to talk about. And also, with this helmet too, you're going to see a reduction in the price, which is nice. So this helmet's going to come in right around $200. So we'll go through, show you what is unique about the Subverter Evo and help you decide if this should be your next helmet. Now, let's talk about Fitment real quick. So one aspect that they did change as far as the fit goes is just with the cheek pads. They refined those a little bit just to make it even more comfortable. I've tried this helmet on a size medium. For me, it fits true to size. It's actually comfortable. I like the fabric that they use in the cheek pads. They're removable, they're washable, but overall, very comfortable helmet. Nice, large, wide eye port on this. You've got an adjustable visor. Remember though, we do have a fit guarantee. If you buy one of these helmets, if you're not happy with how it fits, and this goes for any helmet that we sell, you can send it back to us in brand new, unused condition, and we'll give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange. Now, something very unique with the Subverter. So looking at it here, you can see it's a very unique looking helmet. And for me, it's kind of polarizing. You got people who really like it, maybe some that don't. But in any case, it has more of like that European look to it. But something kind of cool about these helmets, your DOT ECE certified, is that they use what is called KPA, which is a Kinetic Polymer Alloy, for the shell and also the visor construction. And what they say is unique about that KPA is that it does a fantastic job of absorbing energy. And what's something kind of unique here is when I take this helmet and I just press here on the chin bar, you can see this helmet has quite a bit of flex to it, more than what you typically see in, say, a polycarbonate shell or even carbon fiber. And again, they say that having that KPA, having it be a little bit more flexible, it does help absorb more energy. And also with the visor is also that same KPA material. And you can look, this thing has a ton of flexibility to it. So two reasons for that. One, they want that to help reduce any extra forces to the head and neck if you do go down, but also that also just kind of helps prevent you breaking the visor if you do crash. The visor screws are also new with the Subverter. They now have these tabs on the side that you can flip out. Just makes it a little bit easier to tighten that or loosen the visor if you do want to adjust it. And then again, up here on the top, you can see you've got about, I'd say, 3/4 of an inch of adjustability with the visor. Now, another unique feature about the Subverter Evo is the venting. Just looking at it, you can see there is a ton of venting that is built into this helmet, and I think that's probably one of the features that people like so much about this. We'll show you the EPS liner here shortly. That's got a lot of channels that are cut out, but just looking at the chin bar, you can see what I like too is that on the chin bar, you've got this mesh vent here, but I kind of like how they designed this to where these plastic pieces here are directing airflow directly into those vents. You've got some here just above the eye port, and then when you look at the top here, you can see you have 8 of these vents on top of the helmet. The ones in the front are gonna probably help get airflow going in. You've got more in the back to help that hot air escape. But then just when you look at the back of the helmet, you can see you've got a lot of exhaust vents on here. So if you're shopping for a helmet that you think is gonna do a great job of flowing air and breathing, you know, this would definitely be one that you would want to check out. So that is the outside. We talked about the shell again with that Kinetic Polymer Alloy. But now let's talk about the inside and kind of some of the updates there. So undo my chin strap real quick. Now you do have the emergency tabs on the cheek pads. So those are actually just right here. This little pull tab. The purpose for that is just to help you pull the cheek pads out a little bit easier. Now be careful with those though. If you're just taking the cheek pads out to wash them, don't just rip the cheek pads out, because a lot of times what you can do is you can actually damage the tabs that pop the cheek pads in. So be careful when you're doing that. But I'm gonna pop these out. So like I mentioned, with the cheek pads, they've redesigned these. It's a very soft, very comfortable fabric. It's moisture wicking, and they just want to make it a little bit more comfortable. And they also changed the shape of these cheek pads to help a little bit more airflow get between the cheek pads and the rider's face to get more airflow going into the helmet. Here's your pads. We'll pull out the comfort liner. So with that, another thing I do like is they've got a lot of padding on the top of that comfort liner. So again, nice and comfortable. Again, this is washable if you do need to. Now on the inside, so a couple things we're going to discuss here. You've got the EPS liner, but they've built in crush zones or crumple zones into this. And the idea behind that is you want that EPS to, be crushed and absorb that impact energy if you do have a big impact. And that's working again in conjunction with that KPA shell that we were talking about. But here's what they're saying. So they call it their Advanced Rotational Energy Management. Now, when you hear that name, it kind of makes you think of, say, like a MIPS liner system where you're talking about rotational energy. So I had a lengthy conversation with the guys at LS2, and here's what I discovered. So on the inside here, you notice that there is no any type of MIPS liner system. In fact, with the previous Subverter, what they actually had with that MX470, they actually had like a coating along the entire EPS liner on the inside that acted like MIPS, where it gave you that slip zone to help disperse that energy. So they've done away with that, and that's one of the ways that they've saved you money, is by not utilizing that coating on the EPS. So they're saving you money there, bringing that price down, which is awesome. But what they said that they've accomplished, so building this helmet with the KPA shell, along even with the comfort liner, because that factors into, and the EPS, they say that they've actually reduced the peak energy or the peak acceleration energy by 16% in the Subverter Evo. So they're getting that rotational energy management that they are wanting, and it's also just absorbing more impact altogether. So again, they've improved the safety. They've enlightened this helmet up just a little bit. A size large comes in at 3 pounds, 4 ounces, and they've brought the price down while still maintaining all the other features that we saw in the Subverter, the MX470. So all in all, again, if you like the look of this helmet, if you're looking for one that's gonna vent really well and at a great price point, then definitely a helmet that you'd want to consider. If you do have questions or comments, we would love to get those answered for you, so make sure to leave those below. To grab yours today, it's simple. Click on the link or head to RockyMountainATVMC.com. As you can see, a lot of cool colorways to choose from. Last thing I will point out is they do include what I thought was actually kind of like a travel pillow. This will be in the box. You can actually blow this thing up, it inflates, and you can use it like this donut that I was using in this video. So if you're taking the cheek pads out, or you just want a location to rest your helmet when you're not using it, when you're not riding, they give you this as an added little bonus to use for that purpose. Orders over $75, ship free. If you like this product spotlight, you have got to subscribe to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. If you have not already, hit the notification bell. We are the #1 place to go to for product reviews exactly like you saw today. I'm Chase. We'll see you on the trails.